Hi, this is Reality News Japan. This channel shows what's happening in Japan based on the fact. Some neighbor countries try to give lots of propaganda to disregard Japan or to keep their regime based on full of their imagination. Here is the summary about Japan export controls to South Korea until 5th of August, 2019, and here is the reality about this issue, though some English articles are contaminated by fake and non-neutral authors in old-styled media. Japan started tightening export controls of strategic 3 materials to South Korea from July 2019. These materials are indispensable to process semiconductors, but can be reused as chemical or nucleus weapons. Reasons why Japan deployed this are that South Korea is suspicious to smuggle out them to North Korea and China. South Korea has imported huge amount of them from Japan beyond production of semiconductors, and 30% of them are still missing. Simplified export controls are allowed for Japan to whitelist who are trustworthy and who can clarify the usage. List includes Western countries and US etc. and South Korea was the first one in Asia since 2003. It is still 3 materials to be controlled, but it is not the ban to export as long as South Korea can clarify the purpose and usage including the past, though it might take up to 90 days for judgment by Japanese government. In spite of this, South Korea became claimed strongly and furiously to withdraw Japanese decisions. Numerous boycotts of Japanese products have been organized in South Korea. Numerous harassment happened as well, such as Kimchi attack to Lexus car, suicide and hitting the car to Japanese embassy to Seoul City, sneaking inside the embassy and Japanese newspaper branch etc. Demonstrations as well, and as usual in many regions claiming its withdrawals and apology against history or their fantasy, which has nothing to do with export controls at all. They also claimed to WTO, other world conferences and US, saying Japanese activities make harm on global supply chains and spirit of free trade, though they were all turned down in vain. If they would like to buy those materials, they just need to explain the purpose precisely. 2. On 2nd of August, Japan determined officially to unlist South Korea from whitelist. That means another around 1,500 materials are required to take inspection by Japanese government if South Korea would like to import. It is to be deployed from the end of August. Before its decision, Japanese government took application of national opinions as public comments, and more than 40,000 votings were gathered and more than 95% follow government and only 1% showed against the decision. It is exceptional number to be voted because normally people do not notice about public comments and has no interest, so this means most of Japanese are angry about South Korea and have not been satisfied about past relation to them. This is not sanction either again, and they just need to correctly declare the usage if they would like to purchase from Japan. They could buy from other countries if they do not like to take inspection. In spite of this, South Korea is emotionally conducting boycotts campaign, monster claiming to global meetings, demonstrations etc. as usual and again. South Korea also determined to unlist Japan from their white list, that they say this action will damage on Japanese economy. But Japan has no worry if not be able to import anything from South Korea actually, to be honest. Anything including semiconductors and smartphone displays can be imported from Taiwan and other countries, or even many Japanese corporations are producing. 3. If South Korea call this as sanction, they can say so. But real sanction is the last resort with various ways for Japan. One option is to lift bank credit or letter of credit for international transactions from South Korea. Japanese banks guarantee their international banking at the moment as Korean currency has no credit, therefore they can seamlessly appreciate global trading. However, they have never said gratitude to Japan for this letter of credit, past privileged whitelist benefit and various economic supports. Instead, they always claim and campaign propaganda in and out of their countries to speak ill of Japan, and never apologize their wrong behaviors. Japan has not started any sanctions yet, but there are lots of reasons to deploy anytime, such as breaking 1965 agreement declared as completely and finally, so-called comfort women re-agreement on 2015 of completely and finally, statue of so-called women in front of Japanese embassy in Seoul against Vienna treaties, same statues to spread as propaganda in other countries, same statue in their public bus. Illegal occupation in Takeshima Island after killing Japanese inhabitants and they never respond to peaceful ICJ discussion. Dangerous radar direction to Japanese fighter craft in Japanese seas when it found South Korea frigate was carrying out something with North Korea fishing boat to prevent patrols, etc., etc. This is Japanese position as facts. They say the facts inconvenient for South Korea are blocked in their country, though I am not sure if it is true or not. Actually, a scholar who presented the fact about so-called forced labor in international conference was attacked in South Korea. Anyway, if no Japanese watch this video, please check by yourself as well before believing everything from news sources such as Washington Post and New York Times. Thanks for watching the video. I have lots of topics to show you, based on the truth. See you next time.